Okay, in the last video, we had just left off where my Marines under Smith, H.M. Smith, is attacking Ulithi. We don't know the outcome of that yet. We also have the 4th Iron Horse Division in Norway attacking a German Panzer Division. We'll see how that goes. Gonna start the game up, and here we go. This is video number 20. It doesn't look like we're gonna. Nope, there's just too many forces on Ulithi. So what that means, you can see the 1st Marines already had a crack at it. Now the 3rd Marines are having a crack at it. If I can get the 2nd Marines back on the ship, we're going to load back, go to truck, and we're going to try again. In the meantime, I'm going to call this off because it'll just take that much longer for them to reorganize after the attack if I let them go all the way down to 0 organization. So we're going to call that attack off. We're going to call on Nimitz. Excuse me. Nimitz is going to come down. See if we can port strike Ulithi. We're going to try to wear that light cruiser anti-aircraft armament. Okay, we'll have to take it down a notch. So throw something else in the queue, which is going to be assault concentration. And I do want to turn up, I turned the volume down on the music, I'll turn it up just a little bit, and also the effects. Okay. As soon as Van den Griff's 2nd Marine Corps that port is pretty well trashed. You can see in North Africa. The 93rd Infantry slowed down, halted and dug in to let the 85th Custer Division catch up. We'll let them move up to here. Now you can see we've already got Tobruk, and both of these divisions, the 79th and 80th, are fully supplied, reorganized, and ready to go. Which means we're going to launch into it. We're going to try to compress these Italian forces all the way back to Benghazi, and then we'll launch an assault on Benghazi. Not sure how this is going to work out. We may be able to dislodge these German forces here, the 10th Panzer. If we're able to do that, I want to quickly come back to Narvik, because I don't want to, as I'm pushing these forces north, I don't want them to come back up here and capture Narvik. We want to deny them the supplies that they need to function properly. The Japanese made a mistake of moving some naval units. It's a heavy cruiser and a battle cruiser, the Haruna. They lost both of them. In the meantime, Halsey's CAGs are still attacking the ground forces on Ulithi. You can see they're out of supply, the ground forces are. Still a tough nut to crack. They're only 44.3, 46, so they're not quite totally out of supply. But I imagine they're getting there with all this combat between the aircraft, the Marine Corps divisions, and Halsey fixing to lay down some more port strikes. I mean to say, my mistake, Nimitz. Looks like we're not going to be able to take this heavy. We're going to have to call that off. Now, I don't want these guys to get up here we want him to stop here because then that will effectively cut off supply. Right now, there's no place for him to get supply, but if we can, you know, there may be some left in some of these provinces up here. So I'm going to have this division stop. You can see this division is very tired. They've been wore out with constant fighting here against this heavy armor division. So I'm going to move in a relief division in case the Germans counterattack. Let's see what we got here. Looks like we got a lot of excess production. Let me take a gander at what's in the queue. The only planes we're producing are 2 close air support groups, squadrons. Take a gander at what I've got. Airplane wise. Well, looks like we've got 16 interceptors, 16 fighters, 2. That's why I'm producing 2 squadrons of CAS, because that'll round out one wing here, 4 squadrons. 7. All right, I'm gonna throw in strategic bomber and a tactical bomber. And transport plane. Actually, I'm going to throw in 5 transport planes and 5 airborne divisions. Okay. We got 500. I'm going to put these industrial factories on the bottom of the list. All right. That will suffice for now. It looks like we were able to push this German armor division out of the way. Oh, another naval battle. Japanese have been persistent, that's for sure. And in fact, I'm going to once again raise the effects volume. Okay. Go back here. Carry the Akagi. Now I'm going to pull off Halsey's CAGs and put them back on CAG duty to help with this carrier. I'm going to pull out. Well, I guess I cannot. We're locked in combat armor. Wake up, Joe. Alright. Looks like 2nd Marines are almost back in transports. This port is really just toast. You can see it's down to 10. That's as small as you're gonna get it. So we'll put the CAGs back on. We'll go to truck while we recuperate a little bit. Put Halsey back on ground pounding as far as his CAGs. Take a gander. Okay, so 49, yeah, they're almost at 50%, which is good. We'll just keep wearing them down. Alright, looks like we've got our reinforcements in here, so we're going to press again. Once this combat has been joined, I'm going to support. Oh, I see, he's attacking. Well, I was going to support from the flank, but the Germans attacked the exact same time I was going to try that. So we'll see what happens here. They should be wore. Yeah, that heavy division, heavy armor division was just totally wore out. Let's see if we can move this tired division. And here to block them. That armor should not be moving very fast, especially in that terrain. As you can see, this is a mountain, and they're moving into the plains. Alright, we're just gonna... Oh, storming our beach in Inuita. Let's see what this looks like. 2 divisions. Okay, well, we're going to send over Nimitz and Albus. He's closer. He should arrive first. We're at 70% in holding. Alright, looks like all the Marines are back in the transport. So we're going to move them back to the truck, allow them to reorganize, regroup. Alright, let's see what Alphas can do with a pure battle fleet. No air support at this time. Although Nimitz is rushing hard. There he is. Oh, we didn't stop that armored division. And these guys are just too tired. Now, we've got a situation here where this guy is surrounded and cut off. We're going to have to attack hard back in here. And we're going to win this because, remember, the Germans were retreating. They're already tired and worn out forces, so we're going to win this. We'll not lose that division. What did we just have? That other cast, excellent. We want to keep up the supplies. Everything else looks good at the moment. We chased them off. Again, we're going to base these in Guam. I will say the Japanese have put up a good fight. I want to liberate Australia if I can. But first, I want to remove this thorn in my side right here. Because that is a heck of a lot of Japanese divisions. We'll take a look at that again. You see what I'm saying here? How many Marine divisions? I think I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Something like 15 Marine divisions on this one island. That's just obnoxious. Naval target. Alright. Future fleet battles will even be better when we have CAGs in. See what we got for naval upgrades here. It is 44, so I do want to upgrade my radar on my ships, CV, CVLs, carriers and light carriers. I cannot believe what happened here. Why did he break off? I do not know. But what I do know is I'm going to move them back to 9 and call up Guthrie, the headquarters unit. How are our Marines doing? Strategic Air Command advance. Excellent. What are we looking at? Okay, we're getting there. All right, I'm gonna take a gamble here. We're just gonna have to gamble. This is the 5th. I'm looking for. I don't have any garrison divisions out here at all. There they are. All right, we're gonna go up over to Wake. We're gonna grab some of those garrison divisions. Got some subs here. Looks like 3,500. 3,500. We're gonna combine both of these under English. Didn't think I was. Yeah, I'm not using any subs really. We're gonna base them at Guam. We'll check on Norway. Okay, they're almost rested and repaired enough to commence attacking again. You can see that these two divisions have caught up with each other, and we've pressed these Italian divisions. So we're going to try to press them more towards Benghazi. Again, I don't have any air forces that can try to blunt the Italians here. We got attack and an interceptor division, but they're not going to cut it there. We're going to move a multi-roll. I need exceed the range of the multi-rolls, because I'm limited in the places that I want to base him. We're going to have to, I'm going to base them in Tripoli. Hopefully they'll be able to reach down here. I think they have says they have a range of 825 kilometers. Well, I expected to win the ground battles. We'll press now. We're going to have the 93rd come up abreast of the 85th. Tell you what, these CAGs are holding up nicely. These guys reorganized after that long flight. Okay, we did win that battle, because I knew we would. I knew we should. You see, these guys are out of supply here now. Trondheim, despite being a level 4 port, says here that required daily is 26.57 supply. Received supply is only 16.84. Why are we not receiving the amount of supply we need here? These guys are supplied from Oslo. That's why, because it's coming all the way across here. You know what? I'm going to create a manual convoy from Washington, D.C. to Trondheim. We don't need to be slowed down due to supply. I'm holding left control and left clicking, and that raises it by 10. That's why I didn't have to click 4 times. Just for anyone who may have not known that, it winds up watching this. Okay, industrial production. Oh, I like the looks of that. All the air looks good. Little, well, attack's not that far off. Still got to worry about, we still got a good battle here in the Pacific going. Okay, we're gonna upgrade radar sidewise, all the way, guys. All right. We really need these. Check out. We've got. Yep, we got organizational gain, supply consumption. That's good. MacArthur's doing his job. We just need to speed up. Again, that was a long flight. I do understand that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let these guys plow into this. Because even though they're only about halfway recovered, the German division has no way of recovering supplies or organization. So there you go. You can see how easy that was. Industrial efficiency. Excellent. I never researched rocket division. I cannot believe that. This is 44, and I forgot all about that. Okay. I'm gonna order the 4th Iron Horse to go all the way back. After it takes Sinja, I want them to come back to Narvik. Wow, look at this mountain division it moved in there. I'm not sure where that came from. But I'm going to have this Guthrie move the Corps headquarters here. And then we're going to do an attack. And I'm also going to pull up Somerville. Germans are defending very, very strongly. How are these Marines looking? Well, you can see they're not quite. This time I'm going to launch I'm going to start with Geiger on Ulithi, and then as soon as he's engaged, I'm going to immediately throw in the other 2 Marine divisions, because these guys should be very low on supply by now. They just have to. See, they're still getting, now they're even higher now on supply than they were. Where are they getting supply from? You have to ask yourself. That port is destroyed. They're constantly under attack. Where's that tack at? Oslo. Okay. Move him up. Should have already done that and using him to reduce these German forces. But as I say, and you've seen if you watch any of my videos, I do make a lot of mistakes. Maybe that's not a mistake, it's just poor judgment not moving those up there. Mistake, poor judgment, same thing I suppose. Just as soon as the 93rd gets there, we're going to have them swing north. And the moment they lock into combat with the Italians, we're going to have Blount, depending on how the person would pronounce it in real life, the 85th Custom Division move also. Again, the Brits are holding out here. I can't imagine. That's a whole lot of area, a whole lot of troops to supply in such a small amount of area. But as long as they're drawing the Germans' attention, I guess, we may be able to mount. Not sure what I'm going to do about mainland Europe right now. That's a little ways off. I can't. I'm going to have to put in Barrington. We're going to do air intercept over the whole area. Let's see. Yeah, it's just one attack group. One Italian tactical bomber group. You know, I know that I've got this set that every time something important pops up, you can see it pauses the game. That's why you see the game being paused. I'm not actually doing it manually. It's just I want to be sure I don't miss anything. I'm going to do decryption because I want to be able to have our intelligence division, where possible, decrypt radio message transcripts so that we know where the Japanese forces, specifically their naval forces, are. Because my goal from the get-go is to take it to the, once I actually entered the war, was take it to the Japanese as hard as I could. Because we can afford to replace losses when it comes to naval units. The Japanese cannot. And initially, in the beginning of the war, even if I had to lose more ships per battle, I was willing to do that. That's why you saw me engage, and we had these very, very tough battles. Now, at the same time these two divisions are attacking from two different flanks, I'm going to have the tacks work them over. Alright, Tunis got another level of port, which is excellent. We're going to need that. Remember, the Germans have already defeated the Russians, so they have almost the entirety of their forces to move around at will, just leaving defenses along the border, the new border here. They're not at war, though. And just soon, I think, in fact, after I am able to reduce Ulithi, I'm going to head down and start liberating south into Australia. Come on, Marines. They're getting there. I just sped the game up to speed 4. Alright, there's nothing going on as far as really any need for me to have a carrier. I'm going to have my carrier and surface action group come back down to Tunis. And you can see Spruance has been in Alexandria, so I'm going to move him over. Tunis has got a nice sized port now. Alright, so we were able to dislodge that German armor. And as soon as the 93rd comes up, we're going to have them press immediately. Of course, they're being bombed, so I cannot move. There we go. Getting compressed nicely here. And that's part of the reason of me bringing the Fletcher and Spruance back is we're going to compress these Italian troops all into Benghazi, and I do not want the Italians to be able to move them out. So I believe I saw some, just briefly, I saw some Italian naval units in Benghazi. It looks like there's none there now, but I don't want to take the chance. So once Fletcher and Spruance gets down here, we're going to park them off the coast of Benghazi. Alright, I'm going to switch Nemitz's group over to port striking again. I want to keep that port down. Keep them supplies as low as we can, getting to the Japanese. Alright, so let's bring over Fletcher and Spruance. Park them off the port of Benghazi. Twin engine airframe. Okay, we're going to start on the strategic bombers now. Let's try to force through here and slowly envelop this armor division. Now that the 9th is engaged, we're going to follow up with the 31st. See, this is what I was worried about. That's why I'm getting Peak and the 4th Iron Horse back to Narvik as soon as possible. You can see this German division up here in the north is capturing. It is possible, had I not anticipated something like that, they would have come up and got Narvik and been able to supply their forces again. We don't want that to happen. We want to keep them out of supply, or at least limit the amount of supply they get as much as possible. We're also going to lay into this heavy armor division the tanks again. See what they look like just a moment here. Oh yeah, they're totally out of supply, and alright, that should be no problems. Alright, well, we're coming to the close of this video. I want to make one last attempt. The Japanese are determined to try and get their forces off of Ulithia. I think they see the writing on the wall, at least I hope they do, and we're able to finally have a successful assault here momentarily. Alright, we got some more mechanized units coming up. Let's see what we got here. This is the 5th and the 6th, so this should be 7th and the 8th mechanized. Seventh mech and the 8th. And then the 5th corps that is placed in this army group, when I establish an army group, will be the armor division. We're going to give them obviously offensive doctrine leaders. I try to give them leaders with more than one trait. Sometimes it's not always possible, but at least for their skill set. So we're going to make him commander of that headquarters, and Man, all right. Now I was going to take a look at my Marines. Okay, they're ready to go. Well, this is it. We can't take this Ulithi now with all the forces arrayed against them, and we've been battling them for about a month, just working on them. Okay. Come on, Geiger, lead the way. First Marines going in. Oh yeah, 84% right off the bat. Boy, the Japanese are very persistent here, aren't they? But that's good, I like that. Reminiscent of those early battles. See, those early battles are now paying off when we had all those battered fleets. But see, now we still have some forces to throw around, and the Japanese may be lacking some Navy units. Which is exactly the way it needs to be. This is going to be a long. I'm gonna invest in agriculture, because again, the Germans are sitting there owning all of that territory. They're going to have good technology. When we finally do invade Europe, mainland Europe, it's going to be a heck of a battle. Alright, we'll call our CAGs back to CAG duty. Now we're going to throw in the 2nd and 3rd Marines. I'm going to finish this off once and for all before I end this video. What have we got? 55,000 Japanese troops left. 55,700. Let's finish them off. Surprisingly, those troops that I just saw that came in, those transports, they must have been dropping more units here, because look at the organization of these units. These are fresh units. I believe the Japanese had those 2 transport fleets that we engaged here that were dropping off reinforcements to Ulithi. For whatever reason, they are extremely interested in holding this island. But we are just as interested as taking it. Taking it. We're going to continue. Ah, see, there is. Oh, the Brits are helping out here also. I'm going to put air intercept over the whole area here. And now there's Italian subs in Benghazi. Come on, Geiger. Okay, we finally got Ulithi. And on that note, I'm going to end the video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, comments, just want to call me an idiot, feel free to post below. I do read and answer all messages. Ciao.